Rush, Arkansas is a terrific place to visit. It's certainly out of the way, but it is certainly worth the time and effort to get out here. Not only is the ghost town of Rush here with some great old buildings and lots to check out, just down the road behind me, a couple miles, is where the town of Newtown was along the Buffalo River. I don't know much about Newtown, but we'll go down there and check that out. I took the quick little windy road from where it says Rush over to Rush Campground, also known as Rush Landing. It's a big camping area. And this was, there were communities all through here around mining, and so they have different interpretive signs, and they have some interesting information down here. This was where Newtown was located. There's Rush Creek. It comes down and connects to the Buffalo River. And somewhere along here was the town of Newtown, which was right here on the river. About halfway between Rush Campground and Rush, I found the small community of McIntosh. And there's not much left, but there were a couple of ruins from some old buildings that were cool to check out. Here in Rush, it was a mining town, and it was, you know, as big as 2,000 people in the early 1900s, and it was the, you know, most important place in Northwest Arkansas in terms of the minerals of this area. So it was very large, and for, you know, that time, and they had their own schools, they had hotels, they had, you know, a whole town down in this isolated area. And back then, if you were, you know, you weren't able to live in another town and drive over here like, you know, people do today. So you were here because it's way back in here and pretty far from, you know, near town. So let's walk around and check out. They have like an interpretive loop that you can walk around, and then we'll check out the ghost town of Rush. So it's a short little hike, I believe. Starts this way. So as you can see in this picture, there's a big mill right here, and its kind of remnants are right in front of us here. You can see some of the foundations through the trees over there. This mill was built in 1898. And it was pretty busy till basically the end of World War I. And when the demand wasn't needed anymore, that's when things started going downhill for Rush. So this is off the short little loop up the hill a little bit. And I think I see something over there. They had warnings to not go in the mines because they're unstable, and it's where bats live. So yeah, we're gonna heed that warning. I don't know how many mines are up here. I'm not gonna walk too far out of the way, but there's one. So if you want to come up here, it's a pretty straight up hike from down there. That's where I was, up to here, and then you turn left. You go over there to the mines. So, like I said, there may be more, but I'm gonna go check out the rest of the loop in the town. So right there in front of us, you see the foundations. This was the company store and office, and this is where everybody shopped, basically. It was convenient because they could just take the deduction out of your paycheck for what you needed from the store, but it also kind of left you beholden to the town and the company. Then over here next to the store was the blacksmith shop. Being a blacksmith was important, very important back in the day. Had to have it. So this would have been a very important place to have, and it's still cool. It's cool that it's still standing here. As we're nearing the end of the trail, this last little part talks about the town hub, which is across the creek right over there. That's where we're heading next. And then here's a little map of what we just hiked around. So we went up towards the mill, turned left, there's the store. Then we came down the hill. You can see where we're at right now. As I got back to my car, I realized it should have gone that way first. I went that way up the stairs over there. So if you're coming, go that way. It tells a story, probably a little more chronologically. So approaching from that direction, where we just were on that short little hike, we get to the ruins and foundations of what's left of kind of the main street of Rush. A lot of signs like this one that says unlawful to enter, historic structure. Please, if you're coming here or if you're going to places like this, obey those signs. This thing could fall over. I can't believe it hasn't fallen over. But yeah, anybody going in there and goofing off will accelerate its demise. This was a general store, and this was the last place of business in the town. It was open until 1956. And then along here are houses and other shops. Yeah, these are pretty awesome. They're still in their natural state. And then there's a little sign here that talks about the ghost town of Rush. So they really did this place right in terms of how they've taken care of it. And we just walked up that road just a little bit into the other part of town, which are probably just some houses